Hello everyone, and welcome back to Roads Yet Traveled! Yippee!
Yay!
Oh, we have little more to do than to just go right back into it, so let's see how much more Merwin I'm voicing. A knock on the door cuts me off, and Merwin excuses himself to check it. No one come in. But after a short conversation, he comes back with a tray of food in tow. Was that Marek? No, that was just one of my assistants. If it was Marek, I've welcomed him inside. So wait, if you do have assistants, why are you making Marek deliver lunch? I thought he could use the socialization. He doesn't get out much, you know. Merwin. I'm kidding, Tucker. He offered. I'm not going to eat anything, so please, eat if you're hungry. I have to finish a few things before we continue anyway. Should I eat right here, or... I thought you didn't like to eat where you work. Wait, did he seriously lie about that? Why would he... Is he even lying about other things? Did I say that? I'll make an exception for you, Tucker. Anyways, it's not like we can go elsewhere right now. Thanks for the reminder. I mutter with the slightest bit of disdain. He feigns a chuckle and awkwardly shuffles by me, getting back to work. What an interesting Karain. I trust him, but I wish he wouldn't lie to protect me so often. Or at least not lie to me so often. Or at least not lie to me so often. Little things like whatever that was I can look past, but if this keeps happening or gets worse, we might have to talk. Eventually he comes and sits back next to me, his typical smile plastered on his face. I think he wants to move past what happened, and I'm willing to give him that. I didn't know you had assistants. Did you think I ran this whole lab myself? I mean, kinda, yeah. I suppose I never brought it up, but they're just not allowed in here right now. They'll still be working with me, mind you. You just won't be able to meet them yet. Anyways, I figured you'd prefer dealing with me instead of someone new. Yeah, I'm dealing with enough as is. I thought as much. Now, are you done? Shall we continue? I nod and help clean up the plates before Merwin heads over to one of the corners and gestures at me to follow. So, as I've said, today's tests are more to get a baseline than anything. At most, I might ask to take another blood sample if you think you're up for it later. I think I can. Good. Now step up here, please. He pats out a metal plate on the floor and I step on, noting that I move slightly in response to my presence. Oh, is it a scale? Looking around, I see, well, what I assume are numbers being displayed on a little screen in front of me. Mero carefully records everything as he adjusts some of the dials. So, am I healthy? I'm afraid you'd have to tell me that, Tucker. According to our definitions, you're underweight and you have a horrible fart condition. But I'm not so sure our metrics should apply to you. the chihuahua. Like the hairless chihuahua of...
The chihuahua.
Yeah, I don't think so. If it helps at all, I think I might be a bit overweight. Nothing to be concerned about, but I could afford to exercise a bit more. Shocked that Tucker isn't a total schwink, gotta say.
Honestly.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm not going to lecture you on that. He says he slaps his gut with his free hand. But thank you for letting me know. I'm just writing the numbers down, but without your input, I can't really figure out much more. Like, you've told us your age, but without references to your physical development, that number doesn't mean too much, and the same goes for this. I can't imagine how confusing all this must be. Well, I mean from a scientific standpoint, at least. You have such limited information to work with, and you're trying to figure out so much. It is quite the task. Yeah, so if you have questions, please ask. Just know that I might not be able to answer them all. Of course, Tucker, you've been nothing but wonderful about all of this. A small smile creeps onto my face, and I give him a small nod. Helping me down off the scale, he leads us over to another fairly innocuous tool hanging off the wall. Do you mind taking your shoes off, actually? I was hoping to get a more accurate measurement of your height. Taking off my worn shoes, I place my back against the wall and follow Doc's instructions as he guides me on how to stand. It seems far more complicated than need be until he realizes I don't have ears to poke up, so he just lowers the bar until it's flush with my head. So am I short, or is everyone I met just really tall? Compared to Karain? You'd definitely be considered on the shorter side, but for humans, well, you tell me. Just a bit shorter than average, but nothing of note. Oh, so humans are normally shorter than Karain. Interesting. It feels like an insult to all of humanity, even if it's just a fact. Well, as I hope you've noticed, Karain can vary in size quite wildly. I would say that Mark is about average height, if not a bit taller. Oh, so you are tall for a crane then? Yes, indeed. How does Tyr feel about that? Oh, he manages. That is so fucking short, yeah. Like, shorter than Rune.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Oh, I've been meaning to ask. Could you perhaps explain the human life cycle a bit? Like, at what age are you considered to be an adult, and how long you expect to live? That sort of thing. Oh, yeah, well, pretty sure the human brain doesn't finish developing until we're about 25 or something. So let's just say that for adults. I think most people live till they're 80, maybe a bit more if they're lucky. Oh my, really? That's not very long. The average Korean lifespan is about 180 cycles, sometimes longer. Wow, really? That is impressive. I suppose it is now, put into this context. Damn, that's long. No wonder they have such impressive scientific advancements. So wait, are you considered young then? You're only, what, 33? 34. And no, not really. I'm still well an adult by Korean standards as far as the rest of your as are the rest of your guardians. I guess that makes sense. Still, what do they do with all that time, though? Locke seems to notice as I start to slip into deep thought, pleasantly changing the topic. Your cut seems to have healed quite well. I was worried when I first saw it, but it's almost gone now. I'm glad. I'd hate for you to have gotten a permanent scar for something like that. Oh, yeah, I was curious about that, Doc. How'd you get to close up so nicely? I didn't see any stitches. Ah, well, seems like he's regretting bringing it up. That was the emergency team's doing. In a panic, they used a particular device to seal your wounds shut. Mind you, I was not consulted on this, nor was I present, as I would not have recommended its use if I were. But since you were losing blood and they saw no alternative, they acted. Oh, well, it worked, didn't it? Yes, and I'm glad for it. But the machine had only ever been used on Korean, so using it on you was very risky. Can I see it? Yes, I believe I have one lying around here. Getting up, he checks a few drawers before coming back to me with a surprisingly small device. Here you are. Colloquially, they're called weavers, although the name belies its true functionality. What it's actually doing is suturing skin tissues to try and create a flawless bridge between a cut. It's not a pleasant process, mind you, but it's fast. So they use that on me? It doesn't look too dangerous. Well, it could just as easily cause damage when not used correctly. You do not want to see what it looks like when someone accidentally sews their paw to their leg. That's never fun to clean up. Ah. Well, we don't have anything like that back home. Not that I know of, at least. Just good old normal stitches for us. Ah, that would have been more in line with my recommendation. But no, they had their orders. For what it's worth, they were reprimanded heavily by the professor when he found out, which saved me a lot of time. Tyr was looking over my affairs? I thought he was too busy. Well, yes and no. He oversees your affairs in a general sense, while leaving the specifics to me and your guardians. And he still manages whatever it is he does? What does he do, exactly? Professor Seno heads the particle physics lab. Mind you, in his free time, he also works on advanced robotics, computational astrophysics, neural-based languages, synthetic materials, and bionics, as well as a few other things. He's a doctor on all of those things? Well, no, he's 147, Tucker. He has hobbies. Hobbies.
Hobbies.
He has hobbies, Tucker. Come on.
He has hobbies. Like...
Well, he's not an expert in every field, but he's still highly regarded. If you must know, though, he's considered at the top of his field in particle physics, advanced robotics, and neural-based systems. I know he has some project he was working on. Is that about particle physics? It's complicated. Worth a shot. Well, that's still amazing, Doc. And he taught you? Huh? I mean, he is your father, yes? Did he teach you his hobbies? Oh, no. Professor Sano has taught me a great deal of things, but he allowed me to focus on medicine. Particle physics usually go over my ears a bit. Why does he call him that? Professor Sano? Isn't he just his dad? He said I could call him by his first name. Surely Marrow can too, right? Well, he works on neurals too, right? I mean, he made the translation algorithm thing. Can you explain that at least? The algorithm itself? Probably not, but I'll give you a more in-depth explanation of how neurals work if you'd like. He's taught me that much at least. Oh, yeah, please. Well, the main use of neurals is to integrate passively with technology. In the case of bionic limb, one would be able to use a simple model without a neural, but with a neural, a greater variety becomes available. And if someone without a neural were to implant a newer prosthetic, they might just suffer from a lack of functionality. Nothing detrimental, mind you. Sorry, I'm still a bit confused. Is it hard to get a neural? Are they expensive, or... Well, most people don't really need a neural. The fact that most of the crane you've met so far have one is very irregular. It's not something anyone would need in the day-to-day, unless of course they needed a new limb or had to integrate with some new machine. What do you mean by integrate? Have you ever seen how Mark works? And sometimes his monitor only displays a few screens, and yet he uses more than that? Oh, so I wasn't imagining that. Yeah, I think so. Why? Well, that's how his neural interfaces with his monitor through his eye. And while most people have monitors, not everyone is the kind of model that would be enhanced by neural usage. So does he need the neural to use his monitor? Only aspects of it. It's really more to help him with his eye. The only reason you need to get a neural is if you were getting a bionic prosthetic, or if you have to work with military-grade hardware. Oh, I hadn't put that much thought into that yet. I guess it makes sense he'd have a military. I mean, I know Marek is a lieutenant or whatever, but still. Although all this does raise another question. Merwin, does Tyr have a neural? No. Why? Well, he said that they can be used to integrate with monitors and scientific hardware. Wouldn't that be useful for him? Tucker, that's why I'm around. What do you mean? Yeah. If he needs something done with a neural, he'll usually just ask me to do it. What? But aren't you busy with your work? Well, sometimes yes, but it's alright. As far as I'm concerned, the work he's doing is far more important than the research being done here. At least until you showed up, of course. That being said, I still do need to help him out every once in a while. Does Merwin not value his work, or is he just serious about how important Tears is? This dynamic is so fucked.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Bro, you are
Not what I expected at all.
Yeah.
No.
It's like I think so much about Merwin in the opening prologue before we get to the route split is very much explained by this whole reveal here. Damn. I'm surprised I'd go as far as to drop what he's doing at a given moment, but I suppose it's a chain of command type of kind of thing. And anyways, he did say he has assistants, so I imagine they just pick up the work for him when he's not here. And this is that project he was talking about, right? So you've been working on it too? Not directly. I just help out running some of the diagnostics. Well, I'd love if you could tell me about it sometime, but I get the impression it's a bit secretive. As soon as the opportunity arrives, I'll let you know what I can. Most of the holdup is because we're still unsure if the test was a success. Oh, right. Is he still upset about that? What do you think, Tucker? You could say that. He's preoccupied, though, so no need to worry. I'm not worried, I'm just curious. Should I be worried? Alright, I'll get off your tail about it. He chuckles, even though I'm not sure he understood me, and gets back to finishing up something on his monitor. I guess I'll have to leave it at that for today. Doesn't seem like... Knock, knock, knock. Murray slowly turns to the door before sauntering over to check who it is. Hey, it's Marek.
Marek.
You're gonna let me in, or...?
Ah, Officer Marek. You're late.
Late? Doc, it's 2 minutes past the 15th mark.
I know, such a shame. Here I expected better from our wayward shepherd.
But I'm fucking late, and I sure as void ain't a shepherd. The fuck?
Literally, what is this dynamic?
What is happening?
Now get out of the way, I gotta put this shit down.
Sorry, too much? Please, come in.
My mic doesn't pick up my grumbling.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't understand them at all. Me too, Tucker. This is like...
Yeah.
Listen, Rude and Marek, very clearly something bad happened between them. Whatever the fuck Merwin's relationship is with both of them is so much weirder. It's so strange.
I shan't say.
I shan't say.
I shan't say.
With that out of the way, Marek comes in and drops a tray down in front of me.
So how's all this shit going?
It's going well. It's a little difficult trying to ascertain any form of accurate baseline for, well, anything. But things are moving along. He just scratches his chin and pulls a stool over for himself. How about you? I figured you'd be busy today. First day back and all that.
Nah, I'm just finishing up some paperwork today. I don't get back to real work till tomorrow. Trust me, this was a welcome excuse. You wouldn't believe how many documents I have to sign off on.
What have you been doing for the past few days then?
What do you mean? Watching you was a full-time job. Anyways, most of this is all new. I only found it when I got back to my office this morning. At least when I'm there, I can work a bit faster. There's no distractions.
You? Get distracted? Perish the thought.
Well, I can't understand whatever the fuck you just said. I know it was an insult, Kit. Watch it. Next time I'll...
He stops as his eyes meet Doc's, who has a less than welcome expression. Can you two please, for 5 minutes, just enjoy lunch? We're fine, Doc.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. It was just a small threat.
Doc rolls his eyes and turns away from us, writing something down on his monitor. In the meantime, Mark very loudly unwraps his sandwich, catching a scathing side-eye from Doc.
Shit. So, really, Doc, nothing to report then?
No, Mark, nothing that you'd have to worry about. Please try to relax some. I know you've been on edge for almost a week now. With Mark cowed from worrying, he gets up and finishes his lunch. For such a fit Korean, he eats like a monster as the stare burger is gone after 5 or so chomps. Unperturbed and now fully tries to change the subject.
Never really noticed how empty this place is when no one's here. It's kind of creepy without all your assistants running around. I mean, it's fine and all, it's just a big place for only the two of you.
Yes, my assistants are elsewhere, but it's fine, I can manage. I know how to work with everything in here, and if I need another pair of paws, I'll just call you. I know how much you love spending time away from work.
If you really need me around, I can be here, but otherwise, I'm a bit busy, Doc. I was supposed to pick up some more documents from another fucking column today, and yet here I am. Well, Dog, what are you doing?
Dog.
He has so much paperwork.
He's just like bullying here.
Literally.
He's literally just kicking it. Like
It's so
Respect.
respect. Oh my, that's quite the walk. It seems like it seems like you need your own assistance. Another what? Oh, column? He means another part of the station. Just how big is this place? I'm not quite sure how to explain that, Tucker. The station itself is quite massive. It's not the largest orbital in Valrain, mind you, but it's up there. As I said before, it houses roughly 500 grain, as well as labs and facilities for all of us, including necessities like the engines, generators, and other essential systems.
You sure it's a good idea to tell them all that, Doc? I mean, surely he could still be some kind of danger to...
Marek, drop it.
Doc, I'm just... Look, I gotta get back to work. You almost done there, Tucker?
Yeah, sorry. Silence stifles the room as Marek gets ready to go. Marek, are you...
Look, I get it, Doc, okay? Just... I gotta do my job too, alright? Same time tomorrow, yeah?
Only if you can.
See you then, Tucker.
He nods in my direction before letting himself out. The blue-green in the room suddenly feels more pale than before. I'm sorry about that, Tucker. He should be fine, but I'll message him later. Where even were we? Dude, you kinda caused all that, bro.
What even? That was
Why?
so. Something just happened.
Something just happened.
Yeah.
Dude, you are not as chill as you think you are.
Like, dude,
Uh,
my brother in Christ.
yeah. He pulls up a few things on his monitor before turning back to me, seemingly more jovial than before. Ah, well, if you're still interested, I prepared a short presentation for you. What's it about?
Awesome.
Time for a feature presentation. Alright, I figured you might be interested in a brief explanation of our system. Just give me a tick to get it set up. Intrigued, I move my stool over and wait. The Lord Up episode, let's go. Doc excitedly types away at his keyboard.
Wow.
Ah, never mind. The fuzzy screen. Very cool effect, though, but no detail. What the?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think? I had no idea these got this big. Yes, although just barely. This is about the upper limit they can go while retaining functionality. I also find it distracting, so I don't really use it, but sometimes it's useful for visualizing certain things. I notice I'm only half paying attention as I reach out and try to touch the projection. To my surprise, it actually moves when I touch it. Taking a few minutes to push some tabs around, I notice how they strangely seem to carry momentum, as if actually being pushed aside. It's fun, but he's right, I can see how it can be distracting. Sorry. It's quite alright. Well, shall we? Now, all life in our system, as I'm sure it is in yours, is due to our star, Arius. It's an orange dwarf that we've calculated is roughly 29 million cycles old, and mostly burns hydrogen. Her light struggles to reach some of the outermost planets, but you wouldn't think so while standing outside on a hot day. Next, the first planet in our system, Tirum, is largely forgettable. Its outer crust is almost entirely metallic, although the inner layers are fairly diverse in terms of composition. Due to its size, however, it has no electromagnetic field, and it's constantly blasted with solar radiation. Sounds like a fun place. You may joke, but there have been attempts, or rather proposals, to set up mining facilities onto the planet's surface. Although with our current technology, it wouldn't be worth the resources put into it. Now, moving further out, we have our homeworld, Io. Oceans cover around 80% of its surface, while its two continents and various island chains are where most Karain reside. Temperature ranges stay comfortably habitable through the seasons, at least near the equator, and it supports a varied ecosystem, at least compared to Irian and Reich. It also has one tidally locked moon, if you know what a moon is. I know what a moon is, Mara. Sounds pretty similar to Earth, although that was quite the short summary. Well, after Io, we have Urian, the first planet we expanded to. It's a desert planet, but agricultural advancements have made it far more habitable. That being said, it's still covered in sand and dust. It didn't even have its own oceans until they were dredged from under the surface. While the atmosphere is perfectly fine, most people live in the cities to avoid the dust storms. That's where Mark is from, right? Yes, indeed. I know he doesn't talk about it much, but I think he's proud of it. Irian has a history of being an almost inhospitable frontier planet, and its people can take that as something to be very proud of, even if they are quite a few generations out now. After Urian, we have Faerun, a similarly deserted planet, although there's an issue with the stability of the planet's core, making even small habitability adjustments no easy feat. For now, and for the foreseeable future, it just houses some scattered mining operations and their supporting infrastructure. The fifth planet in our system is Morendi. The planet itself is fairly uninteresting, being a helium-based gas giant. However, one of the moons proved to be quite the surprise. The moon Reich was found to be almost covered in land masses and ice, and using an, at the time, experimental technology, it was turned into a lush paradise. Huh? What do you mean? Well, I don't wholly understand it myself, but I believe they found a way to create an artificial atmosphere long enough to melt all of the ice and fertilize the oceans with oxygen-producing life. Then eventually, vast amounts of plant life grew on the surface, allowing for habitation. Well, I say habitation, but I can't fathom why anyone would want to live there. Their experiment worked a bit too well, and Reich has one unfortunate downside. It's always raining. Wait, always? Like it never stops? Correct. The planets have since adapted to it too, so even trying to correct the error might cause more damage than would do any good. But yes, the second expansion of the Karain ended with a perpetually raining moon. But it is inhabited, right? Oh yes, I've heard that the cities are inside giant habidomes, as to avoid the torrents. But if you live in the outskirts or even further, well, I'm sure they're used to it, but it sounds awful to me. Seems kind of peaceful, but I'm sure it would get annoying, yeah. Now where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. The 6th planet in our system is Novale, which just happens to be where we're located. We're orbiting a planet? Correct. We're in geostationary orbit right now, below the ecosphere, so as to not accidentally get too close to its rings. The view from up here is truly otherworldly. I hope I can show you at some point. Well, the view of the rings at least. Novale is a gas giant, so there isn't much to see down there. And even less to do, well, except be torn apart by its gravity. Next and last is... Wait, is that us? I asked, pointing to the projection. Oh, yes, that's us. Say hello to the Icoroid 2 station. Icoroid 2 station. It's a lot longer than I thought it would be. Or maybe taller? It's kind of hard to tell which way is down. Wow, that's impressive. But sorry, I cut you off. Is there more? Don't worry about that, Tucker. And yes. The last and final planet in our system is Reclaim, which is also the largest planet in our solar system. Besides being the largest, though, it's fairly uninteresting. Just another gas giant. But that's about all I had prepared. Sorry it was so short. Do you have any questions? That's it? Well, I guess he didn't say it was a summary overview. But I do feel like he skimmed over the important parts. Again. Can you maybe tell me more about IAO? It's your homeworld, right? Can you tell me what it's like? What it's like? Well, it's been a long while since I've been... I'll be honest, Tucker. I haven't spent quality time IAO in probably 20 cycles. Last time I was there, I was holding on in a lab for 3 months before flying back here. Isn't it your home, though? Well, it's complicated. Can you really not give me an answer? Is there something he doesn't want me to know? Or... I don't get it, but I'll move on for now. Although that does remind me of something, though. Does Tyr know about my system? Your system? Yes, I believe so. Oh, then why didn't you want him to see my drawing of it? Was it that bad? I don't particularly remember that. Merwin, please, I'm just curious. You're right, I'm sorry. I wanted to hold off on telling him until we were sure. I simply didn't wish to cause him any more stress. He was, and still is, busy with his own work. He knows now, of course, but in the moment I didn't want to place yet another burden on his shoulders. I can understand that may have been confusing. Seems like a fine reason, but he's told me stranger lies before. It doesn't concern me if he wants to withhold information from Tyr just to make his day a bit less stressful. But hasn't he done that with me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound accusatory. Thank you for understanding. He's been working extremely hard, and if there's anything I can do to make that easier for him, I will. We've gotten a bit off track, though, haven't we? I think we should get back to it. Don't worry, there isn't much more to get done today. With a nod, we continue with the exams. We breezed through some simple exams as the mark passed by, neither of us stopping to converse more than to go over each exam or to ask how we feel. Which is kind of him, but it does start to get a bit much when he's even worried about swabbing down my arm with disinfectant. Eventually, however, he seems contented with the work that's been done and spent some time writing up a report for Tyr, and I presume the captain. He continues writing at the same glacial pace as earlier. It's almost worrying, as if he barely knows how to use a monitor. I wonder if his assistants do most of the work when they're around, or at least the write-ups. I can imagine Doc with his boisterous voice just handing out assignments and asking people to take notes. Politely, of course. Seems like kind of a waste, though, having to type all that by yourself and format it and whatnot. Wait. Hey, Merwin. He responds without turning away from his monitor. I know you have, like, this learning algorithm thing and some pretty advanced monitors, but do you have any that are intelligent? Like, ones that you can talk to? I feel ridiculous even asking, but surely they have something, right? Talk to... no, sorry. I'm not quite sure what you're expecting, but most monitors are just used to run computations. While there have been some amazing strides in the development of neural languages in recent cycles, I don't believe there are any that are that impressive. Professor Senno's work on neural pathways is about the most advanced thing we have. You're talking to me, so... That's about as close as you can get. I guess he's right, but I'm still a bit disappointed nonetheless. Doc, however, starts to wrap up his notes as the day draws thin. I do think it's interesting in a sort of, like, sci-fi world-building idea that despite all of the incredibly insane technical advancements that they have, they don't have AI. Like, not even like the standard sci-fi AI. Yeah.
It was banned.
It was banned.
I can assume they banned it.
They banned it.
Yeah.
Beautiful world.
Beautiful world full of dog furries that hate AI. Doc, however, starts to wrap up his notes as the day draws in. I think it's about enough for today, Tucker. We should be able to finish things up tomorrow. Are you ready to go back to your room? I promise that things outside should have calmed down by now. Whew. As we step out, I notice that the lights have dimmed and the halls are empty. Seems he was right. Makes me wonder if this whole area is more akin to an office than anything. So when the shift ends, everyone just heads home. Walking back, the repetitive nature of the halls blends everything into a mess of gray stain, and I almost start to feel lightheaded. Fortunately, though, we pass by the library door, signaling that we've almost arrived. Once inside, I notice Mark's waiting by the door. Doc walks me over before wishing us good night and heading towards his own room. Mark offers a non-committal way before heading in without me quickly getting in the shower. Taking a seat in his chair, I slump down and just swivel back and forth, messing with the stuff on his desk until he finishes up.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Did you guys forget?
Hi again.
Auga.
I mean mood.
Boing.
Boing.
Mhm.
Train horn, etc. You done in there? A small scoff, he rolls his eyes and moves out of the way, allowing me to shower myself. That was nice, although I'm not really sure what to do now. Mark's already in bed reading something on his monitor. I mean, I know his day kind of sucked, but maybe we could talk or something? I hope he's okay.
I know what you could do.
Yeah. Listen. There might be an idea floating around about what you two can do. Just
I have a suggestion.
Suggestion. I hope he's okay, especially after that cold shoulder he gave us earlier. Maybe I could.
You're staring.
Reading anything good out there?
Nah, not right now. It's kind of just wasting time. Why?
Can you even use it for anything besides reports? Like, can you read books on it, watch videos, play games?
Yeah, I can do most of that. Not really why I got it, though.
Got games on your phone?
You have games on your phone?
It's like, no, I'm not playing Fruit Ninja, the fuck?
I'm not playing Among Us.
God.
Anyways, I'm too busy for shit like that. At least right now. Sorry, did you want to...
No, it's fine. I know you're busy today. Maybe another time, yeah?
Sounds good, Kit.
Well, if you wanted to read something to me, I wouldn't argue.
Here's something else. Alright, I've had enough. I'm busy tomorrow, and I know you are too, so...
I get it.
Alright, well, night.
Yeah, you too. But if you weren't too busy, what would you show me?
Tucker.
What? You don't have a favorite book or something?
I was watching some show before you showed up. It was pretty bad, though.
You don't want to finish it?
Nah, someone told me what happens. Sound like it wasn't worth my time anyway.
Happens. Taking that as a sign.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Great.
Incredible.
Great job, guys.
You guys are so
Great
good.
conversation.
They're so good at this.
That was a really productive conversation, guys.
Incredible. Truly so incredible. Taking that as a sigh and starting to get drowsy myself, I roll over and finally close my eyes for the night. Mark rolls over, a light goes on and off a few times, and I swear he almost speaks up at one point, but eventually he goes silent too. He's right after all, we're gonna be busy tomorrow.
He wants to cuddle.
He wants to cuddle. Oh, on to day 8. The morning goes by in a blur as Mark tries to get us both ready to leave on time, which doesn't really give us much time to talk. I feel like I'm being strung along a bit. I'm sure things will slow down soon, but as we're already halfway to Doc's lab, we'll just assume that day isn't today. Once we arrive and Miss Doc already setting up for the day, Mark gives me a pat on the back and wishes me well before heading off. It doesn't take him too long as he bounces from machine to machine checking every readout. I'm starting to realize I might be spending the next few days in this place. I mean, it could be worse. I could still be in that cell, though it's not like I can really go anywhere. Yay, it's more of me again! Get ready, bitch! That should be everything. Are you ready, Tucker? We should get started. Are you alright? What? I'm sorry, for a moment there you just seemed very... Well, never mind. Are you ready to begin? Yeah, sure. What's up first? Do you mind if I could try and take another sample of your blood? I think I almost have enough to stop taking it so regularly, but my assistant specifically asked for more. Yeah, sure. If it's too much, we could always... No, it's fine, Meryl. Let's just get it over with. I lay out my arm for him, but he's in no hurry to get started. He knows I don't particularly like this, yet I'm still doing it for him. And he's doing it for me, even if I don't see an immediate benefit. Carefully, he presses the device up against my skin, and... Ow, fuck. He pulls the device away, and a small amount of blood dripping from its teeth. What happened? Are you okay? I think you missed, Doc. It stings a bit. Can you get something to cover it? Right, of course. He bounds away, quickly clawing through one of the drawers before coming back with a small bottle of gauze. Gently, he almost caresses my arm as he deftly covers the wound. His flustered form closes in to tie the bandage, and I once again feel his breath on my chest, the panic making it much, much worse. I cannot believe it was such a simple mistake. I'm so sorry. Are you alright? Marrow? Are you okay? By the heart, are you okay? What happened? What do you mean? Your face is completely flush. I think it's getting worse. No, I'm fine, Marrow. That's a normal human thing. Yep, right, just a normal human occurrence. He gently rotates
Incredibly
my head
normal.
looking at it from different angles. I try everything in my power to not look him in the eyes, as my face is definitely not getting better. I thought I noticed it before, but I was unsure. May I ask what caused it? You did. No, wait, why did I say that out loud?
You idiot!
You idiot! Wrong her out, motherfucker. Of course. Is it a pain response of some kind? I swear last time I did this exam you were fine. Your heart rate spiked as well. I don't think I can get out of this one. No, Marrow, you're just very close to me, and you're very warm. And your fur was showing us mine as you were bandaging me, and... What do you... Oh. There it is. Yeah. Oh. Great, now he's blushing too. His eyes dart back and forth behind his half glasses. Adjusting his collar, he touches it away. He's breathing just a bit too loud and a bit too heavy to be fine. I should apologize. What? Doc, I'm not upset. You don't have to apologize. Why do you think that? Because he was highly inappropriate of me. Tucker, you're my patient. We treat you with respect. Merwin, we are far past. We are so far past.
Merwin.
Merwin. We are so...
Oh, my bad, bro.
My bad.
We are so far past you overstepping as a doctor, my man.
Like...
My dude.
My brother in Christ.
Truly. Tucker, my patient should be treated with respect. You do treat me with respect, Merwin. I was basically slathering all over you. A patient should never have to see that. Doc, I don't want to just be the patient. What do you mean? I'm already the alien and the freak. Can't I just be Tucker? It's freaking me out a bit. All the attention is stifling. It's too much for me. I'm just some guy. I can't help but not feel special, but I know that's impossible right now. And most of all, you don't have to get all worried about touching me. You can touch me, it's fine. Let me rephrase that. I know this is normal. I mean, I'm a fucking alien to you, but that's just how it is. And yeah, that's weird, but nothing can be done about it. But do you think you could see me as less a patient and more as a crewmate? Like from Among Us? You know Among Us, Merwin?
You do know Among Us, Merwin?
The words leave my mouth, and I assume his neural can't keep up. It's no simple request either. Suddenly, as if struck by sudden cognizance, it seems things click. Oh, Tucker, that must have felt overbearing. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that I had been doing that. I'll make an effort to not do that again. It's fine, Merwin, but I appreciate that. Of course. He rubs his head with a massive paw, unsure as what to say. Since no word seemed to come, we continued in a palpable silence. After another mark or so, an assistant brings us some breakfast. Merwin doesn't partake so much as he just sits on the other side of the desk and watches me. Maybe not so intently staring, but just checking out me as he writes some notes and reads messages. Why does this suddenly feel so familiar? I'm trapped in a room I can't leave, doing things I don't understand with people who barely understand me. It's almost as if... Tucker, are you ready? I jump up, startled. Ready? Yes, for the scans? Were you not listening? I might have missed it. Can you explain it again? That's quite alright. Well, essentially, this machine here is going to give us a good look at your bones. Have you heard of anything like that? He doesn't know my species has been to space,
Heard
right?
of bones?
You heard of bones? Ever? Oh, yeah, like an x-ray. Yeah, we have those back home. Fantastic. I don't need to explain much more. I've taken the liberty of putting on the lowest setting. As I'm unsure about your species' bone density, it may take a bit longer than you're used to. That's fine. Better safe than sorry, yeah? Right. Well, would you mind also disrobing? I don't think it's entirely necessary, but it'll ensure better results. Right. Of course. After stripping down to my boxers, I step into the machine and lie down. I don't have much time to worry before the bed slides in. I can barely even see Mara from here unless I crane my neck way back. Are you okay in there, Tucker? Do you think you can lie still for a while? I'll let you know after each scan is done. I think I'll be fine, Doc. With a smile, he pulls up another monitor and begins. A softer word drowns out thought as various portions of the machine glow above me. Merwin tries to explain what's going on, but most of it's lost on me. Although every time he crouches down to check on me, he seems more sad. And that's not right, but I can't see it any other way. He tries to spark up a conversation or two. For some reason, I find myself unable to respond. I'm just not feeling well, I guess. The whirring continues, and I almost nod off a few times, but after everything's done, I hear a few beeps and am slowly ejected from the wall. Do you need help getting up? He sends a paw that I'm quick to take, as my legs have nearly fallen asleep. Sitting on the edge of the machine, my head feels like it's full of static, and I struggle to reorient my body, she notes. Are you okay, Tucker? Here, let me... Gently swatting him away, I stand up on my own and stretch out a bit, letting the blood pump back to my limbs and clear the fog from my head. Merwin still looks worried and invites me to come sit down as he works on his monitor. This place really feels draining. Maybe it's the lights or lack of sound, but something feels off. Maybe I could ask for... Knock, knock, knock. Give me a moment, would you? He casually readjusts his outfit before walking over and opening the door, stepping just out of sight. You're early. We weren't expecting you for another mark or so.
Not happy to see me. And here I thought I was your favorite patient.
No, I hate to say it, but I think you've been replaced. But don't call Tucker that, okay? I rolled my eyes.
What? Look, Doc, something's come up, so I can't make it later. Decided better now than never, you know? Anyways, I was getting bored on my break.
Doc takes the tray from Marek, allowing him to saunter around the table a bit before grabbing a stool close to us.
So, Doc, anything to report?
Marek, this again.
Nah, I'm not asking about that. Just, I don't know. His safety is my job too, Doc, so what you learn here is important for me as well.
Oh, Marek, I'm sorry,
So, does he have acid blood?
Acid blood? No. Tucker is no more dangerous than a normal Karain, maybe even less so. He has less bone density, less muscle mass, and even his blood seems less efficient at transporting oxygen. Still, he's more similar to us than not. Similar skeletal structure, similar senses, similar physical responses. He's just quite normal.
I mean, that's fine and all, but acid blood would have been cooler.
I'm with Marek here. Acid blood would be cool.
Same.
Right. Wait, that reminds me of something. Doc said something confusing about blood a few days back while I was still in the cell. Hey, speaking of blood, Merwin, why did you seem surprised my blood was red? Isn't that normal? Oh, well, maybe for you, but not for Karain. What do you mean? Our blood isn't red, Tucker, it's blue. It's copper-based, as opposed to your iron-based proteins.
Huh?
Oh. Okay.
Hey, what?
Okay.
Oh.
Like
He fucking
insects?
what?
Or like
Oh, like a lobster?
like a lot. I mean, they do live for
Like
a long
a fucking
time.
lobster?
I, the real plot twist is that they're not dog furries, they're lobster furries.
What the fuck? I
That's cool.
That's
yeah.
what a greater plot twist! What there can't be a greater plot twist in an episode on than that. So I think
Yeah. What the fuck?
we'll cut this episode off on the reveal of Lobster Crane. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.